Welcome back to the Old Bull Young Calf Boston Sports Podcast. And just like that, we're in a 2-1 series, completely manageable, 3 games in a row, getting 20-point leads on this team. We've showed today that we are better than this team
You're
every single game. Every single
coming
game.
choppy,
What?
Matt.
Oh, am I lagging?
You weren't coming in very choppy, but go ahead. A little bit.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to say much anything else, but we're better than this team, and we can do this. We can come back. It's not insurmountable. We're the better team. There's no reason we shouldn't do this. We could have swept this team. That's all I want to say. So the Old Bull will take over.
All right. I'll see you in a couple hours, Matt. As soon as I'm done with this show, I will be bolting out there to hang out with my kids and the grandbabies. So yeah, mission accomplished. They won game three. They still need to win tomorrow, Monday though. That is absolutely crucial. You do not want to go down 3 games to 1 in NBA playoffs. That's like a death sentence. It's like maybe 2% teams come back from that. So, our work's not done yet. And, not to get ahead of ourselves, we technically need to win the next 2 games. We need to keep home court, get that monkey off our back, and not beating the Knicks at home for some weird reason. We need to take care of business Monday and then Wednesday. And, hey, if we don't finish them off, game 7 back in Boston. So, you know, nice win by the boys tonight. The 3 point is finally started coming through. I mean, it was only that was my biggest concern. I had never seen like a mass like plague of confidence being destroyed on a team like the Celtics had the last 2 games where it's like everyone besides Pritchard like all of a sudden had no confidence in their 3 point shot. It was really weird. I was definitely concerned. I'm like, could the whole team get their confidence back in one game on the road? And sure enough, they were able to. And that's basically, you know, the second biggest reason why they won. The big reason was their defense. They were 48 minutes. It's always the key with the Celtics. It was the key last year. 48 straight minutes of defense. And they did, you know, it keeps them in the game no matter what. I mean, look how terribly they shot in those first 2 games against the Knicks, and they were still down to the last minute. And it's all solely because of their defense. It's as simple as that. So defense travels. There's no excuse for never having it. It's just simply effort. They have the know-how. They're a veteran team. So we should be in every single game, at least at the minimum. And then when we hit our threes, it's the other team just doesn't stand a chance. It's been the Celtics formula forever. Um, there was one part in the game where we were up to like 30, uh, and we started just chucking up threes again, and they were hit a cold spell. But it looks like they didn't. Did go back to pushing it twos, which I'm glad they were able to do. It looks like they learned a little bit of their lesson as far as not doing, the crap where you're up by 20 and we're just going to try to take the lazy route of burying the other team by chucking trees. I'm still concerned with Tatum's mid-range jumper. Like, what the hell is going on with that? All of a sudden, he cannot hit a mid-range jumper to save his life. A couple bad missed layups in this game too. Like one of them, in the first quarter was really bad. Like, I mean, we're talking a bunny layup that nobody was even near, and it's like, come on, Tatum, we can. You got to be focused, man. You got to be smooth out there. This is like your 130th playoff game. Like, what are we doing here? Like, we nervous? We should not be nervous at this stage of your career. Absolutely not. Just like any other game, it's not even the damn championship. So, and Brown actually did what I wanted to on one of them. He used his quick jab step to make the defender feel like he was going to blow by him. The defender took a step back and retreated, and Brown just went straight up for a little jumper right inside the free throw line. And it was sure enough and easy too. I just wish our boys would do more of that, because they drive me nuts when they simply don't. And, but hey, they're still alive. And I was telling my son that I knew today would be a well-refed game. And I felt like that was the case. It was a well refereed game. The game you want to look out for, I said before this one even started, I said is game 4. Okay. Because I knew this game would be refed well because the NBA does not want a threat of a sweep, right? Knicks go up 3-0. They never want any series to be a sweep if they can help it. So I knew today the Celtics might even get a beneficial whistle, which it felt like they might have. So, but I said game format, that's the one you're gonna have to watch because that's the one that the NBA will absolutely want New York to win because they want the Knicks to be relevant. They want the Knicks close to possibly in the finals. And if they could kind of fix one game, it's going to be game 4 because that puts the Knicks up 3-1, which is basically, like I said, a death sentence. Good luck coming back from that, winning 3 in a row. So that's the one. If it feels like the Celtics need to beat the Knicks and the referees in game 4, that's my suspicion. And because if Celtics come back and they win both in New York, that's just going to destroy the Knicks. And as long as they take care of business at home and they don't go simply, shoot 20% from 3, which was kind of a fluke those first 2 games where they just lost their confidence. This series, the Celtics will get back. That's all there is to it. Zachary Gould, my old little leaguer, great game today. Missoula was doing his job today. Yes, the players were doing their job. We needed this same momentum Monday. Zach, absolutely. And Missoula, if you noticed, he called a couple quick timeouts when New York had a little bit of like a 5-point run, 7-point run, and like we threw up a couple threes. He's like, no, timeout. Let's fix this. So great job, having awareness of the moment and the situation and getting the boys back on track, and hey, sometimes you need to be Pritch slapped. And Peyton Pritchard, holy cow, did he Pritch slap those Knicks tonight? He was just taking the soul out of them, and that's what they are. The Celtics have been the road killers for going on, since last year, and once again, the road killers showed up, and they are coming to eat your soul, especially Peyton Pritchard, because he ate all 20,000 fans of those souls in that arena tonight. It was just one collective groan after another, thanks to the 6th man of the year. So, but hey, their work's not done. We need the road killers to show up again on Monday. Because not if the Celtics don't win on Monday, forget it. It's serious, man. Zach Gold, Al Horford was also on top of it. Absolutely, it was good to see the old man bounce back. Because I tell you, game 2, I don't remember if I touched, but he was really rough game 2. Like, there's not many games where I walked away going, Al Horford killed us tonight. Al Horford killed us in game 2, and it was don't get me wrong, it was other culprits, but he was just rough all around, and the old man bounced back. That was great to see. John with Brunson a little bit too. Like I love when I see Celtics players get their back up against, it's not just all, high fiving the other team and hugs and pats and all that crap. Get mad sometimes, man. It gets those competitive juices going, and I just feel like it makes you a better player. So it was great to see the old man bounce back. Porzingis, much better in the second half defensively. I was really pissed. I felt like he wasn't protecting the rim at all in the first half when he played. I just felt like it was a lot of opportunities to alter shots, block shots, and if he felt hesitant, and I was really frustrated with that. I don't know what's going on with him. It doesn't feel like we're going to get much out of him offensively because of that respiratory thing he's struggling through, but he can still be an effective rim protector, and he did. I felt like a much better job in the second half. That's for damn sure. And there a couple of loose rebounds in there. I was hoping he would have got. Hoping he fought a little harder. He didn't exactly battle in that first half with rebounds as well. But once again, he bounced back, and it was just a great win by the boys. And I want more Drew Holiday. I want more Drew Holiday shooting. He's just so solid out there. I want him handling the ball. I want him taking more 3-pointers when he's open. It's just he's just always around 40%. You can always rely on him. The moment never seems too big for him. And I wish that's my only critique is I wish he'd get the ball a little more of a role because it is the playoffs time, and that's when he shines. He doesn't mind taking a back seat in the regular season. So, it's just good to see him getting his, his usual self in the playoff stats for sure. And let's see what else I want to point on. There was no Hauser tonight. Didn't need him. Biggs. Brown played pretty well. Again, he's another one struggling with the mid-range jumper. I love the fact that Jalen was, trying to crash the rim and driving to the hoop a lot. I love that. He had a lot of times when he did his job, he got to a nice position, a nice spot on the floor for a short little jumper, and it felt like he just rushed the shot and he kept clanking it off the back of the rim. So, you know, work hard to drive by the guy and get to your spot. But then when the moment comes to shoot, you have to soften up at that split second and then go to finesse and let the ball just float through the hoop. You can't rush by your defender and then rush the shot. That never works. So, hopefully Brown kind of straightens that out. But man, the defense, what could you say? The defense was awesome. A lot of the Knicks baskets that were really tough shots. Like it felt like almost every hoop they got, they earned. It was tough fadeaways, got contested shots, hand in the face, maybe a little contact there. So the Celtics, bravo on the defense, bravo, come back, making a statement win here. And, hopefully the Celtics come off a start in game 4. So, I'm saying I'm losing connection here. I don't know. Hopefully all this is coming through. I don't have my son Matt to verify if. Yeah, it don't look good on the Facebook feed. So hopefully, the road killers come out and jump out to a quick double-digit lead in game 4 on Monday night, because that's probably going to zap all the energy out of that stadium and out of the fans, and hopefully we come away 2-2, home court back and mojo back. So I'm gonna jump off because I got to get to Disney to see my grandbabies. I don't even know if this show is if it's still going. It looks like it's frozen on Facebook. So, but anyway, thank you for tuning in. Go Celtics, and we'll see you for hopefully a post game Monday.